This is News 12 Varsity's Game Time. This afternoon from the Aspen Ice Arena in Randolph, New Jersey, it's a New Jersey Gordon Conference Hockey Showdown as the Hermits of St. Augustine Prep take on the Green Wave of Delbarton. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Welcome to Aspen. Delbarton and St. Augustine, two great rivals within the Gordon Conference and two of the top teams year in and year out in the Garden State. The Hermits come skating into Aspen 7-2 on the year. Their only losses on the season, the opening game of the season against fellow Gordon Conference opponent Don Bosco Prep, and then a loss also to Holy Ghost Prep out of Pennsylvania. And that's it. The Hermits have played outstanding hockey. Delbarton off to their usual stellar start. The Green Wave undefeated, 13-0 on the season, and with an eye towards yet another state championship later on in the year. But first things first, the first meeting between the Hermits and the Green Wave this afternoon. Outstanding Division I type talent on the ice for both teams. For St. Augustine Prep, they feature one of the top defensemen in New Jersey, Carson Briere. Last year, 16 goals and 13 assists. This year, off to another good offensive start with 4 goals and 12 assists. And if that last name sounds familiar, yes, his dad, Danny, played for the Philadelphia Flyers. So good bloodlines there for Carson Briere. On the other side for Delbarton, one of the top offensive players in New Jersey, Mark Benamorito, their senior. Last year, 11 goals and 13 assists. And this year, he's also already hit double digits in goals scored with 10 and 6 assists as well for the Green Wave. We're just moments away from dropping the puck. St. Augustine Prep in Delbarton. It's coming up next right here on News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Welcome to Aspen. As we said, these are two of the top programs in the state of New Jersey year in and year out. This a rematch of last year's New Jersey non-public state semifinal, won by Delbarton by the score of 5-0. In fact, Delbarton has defeated St. Augustine Prep 12 consecutive times. Hermits looking to break that 12-game losing streak here against the Green Wave this afternoon. St. Augustine Prep coming in 7-2 on the year. Big wins this year over CBA 4-1 and Morristown Baird 5-1. And Delbarton off to their normal outstanding start, 13-0. Of course, on the heels of last year's championship season where they finished 25-3-2, defending New Jersey state champions, their 11th state title in their illustrious history. So we're underway here in this first of 2 regular season meetings between the Hermits and the Green Wave. Delbarton in their home white uniforms trimmed with green, the green numerals and letters, and St. Augustine Prep in their road blues. Delbarton skating right to left on your screen, and it goes behind the goal. In goal for St. Augustine Prep, Giovanni Albano, their senior, at 7-1 on the year, a 93% save percentage. He's faced 160 shots. He's turned away 149 of them. He's given up just 11 goals the entire year. And the same is true for Troy Cobran in goal for Delbarton. Their outstanding senior, a second-team All-State performer with a 95% save percentage. He's faced 200 shots, and he has made 189 saves. Puck goes into the corner, taken away there by Delbarton in front, trying to feed it there to Jack Malone, who was camped out in front of the goal. And it goes behind the goal there. Jared Hanna plays it there for the Hermits. Sends it high up off the ceiling, and it bounces back to the ice. So play is stopped. 13:54 remaining in the first period. And Delbarton and St. Augustine Prep, no score. St. Augustine Prep, 7-2 on the year, 1-1 in the Gordon Conference American Division. Their only losses this year to Don Bosco Prep in the very first game of the season, and to Holy Ghost Prep of Pennsylvania. That's it for the Hermits. As we said, Delbarton undefeated at 5-0 in the Gordon Conference American Division and 13-0 overall on the season. Puck lifted high up into the air and played at center ice there by Bayard Hall of Delbarton. And now The puck comes all the way down the ice, intercepted by the Green Wave. Hunter Macy, he flips it to the blue line, where it's played by Booth. Tyler Booth, the senior with 6 goals on the year for St. Augustine Prep. He skates across the blue line, and the Hermits are whistled for offside. 13:20 remaining in the first period, no score. Delbarton in their last game defeating St. Peter's Prep by the score of 6-3. They have some significant wins this year, of course, against great rivals CBA 3-1 and Don Bosco Prep. They beat the Ironmen 3-1, a game seen right here on News 12 Varsity. Sent up into the corner, skating fast is Pat Harrington of Delbarton, and a big hit in the corner delivered there by Jack McGuire. Here comes St. Augustine as they send it up across center ice, where it's played there by George. So J.D. George playing it there for the Hermits, and it's intercepted by Delbarton at center ice, Danny Colon. He tries to feed it up ahead, but it goes off the stick of Pat Harrington and behind the goal. Played there by Max Gravenstein of the Hermits, and Delbarton looks to carry out across the blue line. A race for the loose puck is won nicely there by number 18, Nick Sifringer. Sifringer, the junior, with 7 goals on the year for Delbarton. A huge hit at center ice. Danny Colon, the sophomore, gets up shaking his head after that big collision. St. Augustine taking the body, playing very physical here early on against the Green Wave. Onto the stick of Anthony Corella. Corella sends it across for St. Augustine, but it's intercepted by Delbarton. Taken by Kaplan. Here's Kaplan across center ice for the Green Wave. He comes across the blue line. Kaplan skates to the left and lifts a shot that's deflected high up off the glass and into the corner. Another big hit delivered by the Hermits in the corner, and it comes back to the corner where it's played there by Jack Malone. Malone sends it back to the blue line, where it's intercepted at the blue line by Delbarton. They try to keep it in, and it's flipped over to Benamarito. Actually, Jack Malone. Here's Malone. Malone in the corner, reverses his direction. He tries to feed Benamarito, but it's intercepted by St. Augustine Prep. Bobby LaBrosse sends it into the corner for the Hermits, and a big hit delivered there by St. Augustine Prep's Andrew Carpenter. It comes now behind the goal, where it's played there by Kaplan, and Kaplan sends it on the near side boards. Long shot gloved by Troy Coburn, and he hangs on. Gravenstein took that shot just inside the blue line, but Coburn saw it all the way, and he makes the stop. 11:20 remaining in a furious first period, and St. Augustine Prep and Delbarton no score here at Aspen Ice Arena. Face-off will come to the left of Delbarton's outstanding goalkeeper, Troy Coburn. And a quick shot that whistles wide there, taken by Dom Guido, the junior, who has 2 goals on the year for the Hermits. Played there by St. Augustine's Tyler Booth, and he sends it behind the goal. They are trying to catch up to it. Hunter Macy, he does get to it for Delbarton and sends it to center ice. Onto the stick of Jack McGuire. McGuire flies up the left wing and takes a big hit, smashes into the boards behind the net. And these two teams really hitting hard here this first period. Puck is loose in front and cleared out there by Jared Hanna of St. Augustine Prep. Dangerous play there for the Hermits as Delbarton had an opportunity to get a shot off. Now this good pass comes on to Macy's stick. Hunter Macy on the far side gets to it along the far side boards, and it's sent behind the goal. Going back to play it is Giovanni Albano, St. Augustine's Prep outstanding goalie. We mentioned 93% save percentage on the year. He makes a beautiful save there as Bayard Hall, the freshman, whistled a rifle shot from just inside the blue line, but Albano makes the stop as he squeezed it right between the pads. Face-off comes to the right of Albano. 10:19 remaining here in the first period. Puck loose in front, a backhand shot taken there by Sifringer, and here comes St. Augustine. Hermits send it all the way back behind the goal where Coburn plays it. He flips it along the far side boards, and it's kept in there by St. Augustine in the corner. Hermits get to the puck. Hanna flips it back in at the blue line, and it comes back to center ice. Here's Sifringer. Sifringer with a beautiful lead up ahead for Cologne, and offside the call on Delbarton as they got into the zone a little bit ahead of the puck. 9:53 remaining in the first. No score. between St. Augustine Prep and undefeated Delbarton. I mentioned these two teams played last year in the state semifinals. Delbarton in command in that one, winning by the score of 5-0 and going on, of course, to win the state championship as they defeated CBA in the state final at the Prudential Center by the score of 3-1. Played in the corner now for Delbarton. Max Williams tries to dig it out for the Green Wave. Williams being tussled by two Hermit defenders. Nice play there by J.D. George, the junior. He sends it up ahead, and also in on the play was Nick Whiteman, the senior for the Hermits. Flipped along the near side boards and cleared out beautifully by Gravenstein. Sends it all the way down the ice, and is played there by Coburn as he steers it aside. He delivers it now over to the Green Waves' Nick Hahn, who sends it ahead. On the far side is Malone, and the puck goes all the way up into the crowd. And a nice play by one of the spectators as he catches it barehanded. 8:59 remaining in the first. We'll score, Hermits and the Green Wave. Glad you could join us here on News 12 Varsity on this Thursday afternoon. An early start for this game, a 3:45 face-off. Of course, St. Augustine Prep with a long trip from South Jersey, coming up from Richland, New Jersey, way down in the southern part of the state. A couple hours at least on that ride. And Delbarton certainly will have to make the trip down to play the Hermits down there as well later on this season. Big hit behind the goal, where it is played by Sifringer. He flips it back to Macy, trying to tee it up as Hall. He does, gets a shot off, and it's kicked aside by Albano. Good shot. Here's Macy. He sends it over onto the right wing, and it's cleared out by St. Augustine. Penalty, by the way, on the Hermits. And Delbarton's on a power play, 1:15 remaining on the power play. Here's Malone, puts the brakes on, flips it back, but nobody home there for Delbarton. Kaplan has to go back and play it out of the zone. And a dangerous pass right in front of Coburn. Michael Gordon plays it there. Now here's Malone. Malone skates in. Malone puts the brakes on, looks for help. Malone trying to go cross ice, but it's intercepted by St. Augustine. Nice play, and coming up ahead is Tyler Booth. Booth takes it into the corner. Booth still has it for the Hermits. Booth short-handed, working hard against three Delbarton defenders, and now taken away by Jack Malone. Malone sends it up on the far side, and the puck goes all the way down the ice and played by Coburn behind the goal. 25 seconds left on the Delbarton power play. Hermits trying to kill off this first big penalty of the game. Played here on the near side by James Falavine. He sends it into the corner for Delbarton, and played behind the goal there by Sean Mulhern of St. Augustine Prep. Puck is loose in front, comes back to the blue line. Michael Gordon now looking to tee it up. Here's a shot, and Albano makes the save as Jack McGuire was able to get a shot off on the right wing. 6 minutes, 59 seconds remaining in the first period. No score, Hermits and the Green Wave in this big Gordon Conference showdown. Puck is shot in from the blue line, and trying to get there's McGuire in the corner. He does. Good work here by Delbarton. They have outshot the Hermits 5-1 here in the early going as we hit 6:45 remaining in the first. Puck comes back to the blue line. Played there by Nessel. There's a shot that's deflected. Andrew Nessel got a shot off that went up over the crossbar as it was deflected by Albano. Sixth shot of the game for the Green Wave. Here's George. J.D. George takes into the corner. He's ridden off the puck there by Andrew Nessel. Nessel trying to dig it out there for the Green Wave. He has it here behind the goal. Nessel comes out of there with it, flips it along the far side boards. Good pass up to McGuire. Sifringer flying up the ice, gets a backhanded shot off, and Albano makes another spectacular save. Sifringer got a good shot off on the backhand, and Albano knocked it away with his shoulder. It comes back down to Sifringer. He misses on that pass as he tried to send it up ahead to Danny Colon, but a little bit too far. And the face-off will come all the way back down in the Delbarton end. 5:56 remaining in the first. No score. Green Wave and the Hermits. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Delbarton's Michael Gordon. Gordon with a good cross-ice pass to Sifringer. Sifringer gets a shot off that bounces dangerously in front. That was a much tougher shot than it originally looked as it kind of bounced up and down on the ice. In front, it's Karen back to the blue line. Trying to tee it up there was Gordon, and he loses. Here comes St. Augustine Prep. Andrew Carpenter. Carpenter skates into the corner, gets to it quickly, flips it over to Bobby LaBrosse. LaBrosse loses the puck, gets it back. Here's LaBrosse. He sends it towards Coburn, and he makes the stop, and some extracurricular activity in front of the Delbarton goalkeeper, Troy Coburn, as well. And now cooler heads prevail. Everyone skates away. 5:18 remaining here in the first. St. Augustine Prep and Delbarton, no score. Jack Malone will take this face-off for Delbarton. And it's won there by the Green Wave as they control. Hunter Macy sends it behind the goal over to Jack McGuire, and he flips it up ahead, trying to get there quickly is Malone. Jack Malone gets hit from behind and loses possession of the puck. Benamarito goes back to get it here for the Green Wave. Flips to Macy on the near side. He bangs it along the near side boards where it's played there by Peter Pulianos. Pulianos sends it across. Benamarito able to steal it away for a moment, but now the Hermits come out with it. They send it down the ice. Hunter Macy, very quick skater, gets there first for Delbarton. Then a pass comes through the zone and whistles right through a couple of St. Augustine Prep players. Here is Malone. Jack Malone skates in, he shoots, and a beautiful save by Albano, and he makes another stop. Giovanni Albano robs Jack Malone, who skated in. Malone was all alone, got off a good backhand shot, and Albano made a sparkling save. 4:26 remaining here in the first, and we're still scoreless. Here's a quick shot that just goes wide. That one kind of beat Albano, but it went wide of the post. And then it is flipped out over the glass and out of play. Furious action here in this first period. Boy, if you like end-to-end hockey, you got to like this. 9 shots on goal for Delbarton, 2 for the Hermits. 4:15 remaining in the first period. We said these are 2 of the top teams in the state of New Jersey, and they certainly are playing like it in period number 1. Dug out behind the goal by Sean Mulhern of St. Augustine Prep, and Delbarton gets to it and flips it all the way down the ice. Austin Cook, the freshman, goes down to get it there for the Hermits, and then this shot comes all the way down through to Coburn, who sticks it aside. We're less than 4 minutes left in the first. And as the puck comes to center, it's played there by Cook onto the stick of George. J.D. George gets a shot off, but that's deflected in front. And then it's banged behind the goal there by St. Augustine Prep, where it's played there by Delbarton now. Getting to the puck is Pat Harrington of the Green Wave. And it flips off the stick there of Andrew Nessel. And Mulhern dumps it in for St. Augustine Prep. The Hermits change. Carpenter comes off the bench and flies towards the goal, where it's played by Delbarton onto the stick and skips off the stick of Danny Colon. Intercepted nicely by Nick Pulianos, the third team all-state forward for St. Augustine Prep. The senior with 2 goals and 2 assists on the year. Outstanding player for the Hermits. And now you're going to have another penalty. So penalty called, time stopped with 2:59 remaining. Head contact is the call against Nick Pulianos, and he goes to the penalty box for the Hermits. Second power play of the game upcoming here for Delbarton. St. Augustine Prep did a good job of killing off the first power play opportunity for the Green Wave. But now Delbarton with a chance to break on top. Face off to the right of Albano, and it comes to center ice and out of the zone. Michael Gordon goes back to get it here for the Green Wave. He flips it across. Delbarton looks to set things up. Jalen Kaplan over to Malone. Here's Benamarino. Benamarino flips it along the boards into the corner. Malone digs it out against two defenders. It comes back now to Kaplan. Kaplan to Gordon. This is Michael Gordon back to Kaplan. Kaplan to Gordon at the blue line. Gordon, a long shot that's steered aside there by Albano. He did it with the pad. And as the puck comes back to center ice, looks like the faceoff will come back into the St. Augustine zone. 2:18 left in the first. No score. Minute 19 remaining in the power play. Puck kept in by Kaplan on the far side. Kaplan skates in. Kaplan at the right point gets a shot off in front where it's deflected, and the Hermit's able to clear it all the way down the ice. Coburn will play it. He'll leave it for Gordon. Halfway through this power play opportunity for Delbarton. 55 seconds left now in the man advantage. It's sent back behind the goal. Albano plays it there. He's made 10 saves in this first period, some of them brilliant for the Hermits. Here's Michael Gordon now. Skates behind the goal, puts the brakes on. Minute and a half left in the period. 30 seconds left on the power play. Delbarton having a hard time getting started here. Good job defensively by Tyler Booth. Here's Malone now. Malone across center ice, across the blue line. Malone puts the brakes on. He's looking for help. He flips a pass that's intercepted by St. Augustine. Opportunity here for the Hermits. Here's Briere. Briere still has the puck. Briere is knocked off the puck in the corner and sends it back. You saw the ability there of Carson Briere. Puck loose in front. Briere's poking at it, and he scores! Carson Briere, the senior, gives St. Augustine Prep the lead. They're up by the score of 1-0. His 5th goal of the season. He now has 5 goals and 12 assists. Last year, 16 goals and 13 assists. And if that last name sounds familiar, yes, his dad, Danny, played for the Philadelphia Flyers. And both Carson and Cameron on this St. Augustine Prep team. And Carson gives the Hermits a 1-0 lead despite being outshot 10-5 in the first period. They are able to poke one by Troy Coburn. So now Delbarton trailing for the first time this afternoon. 25 seconds left in the first period. Puck is knocked away in front. It comes up onto the stick there of Harrington. Pat Harrington, though, skating against 3 defenders. You can see this Hermit team with life after that goal. There's a crossing pass into the corner, played there by Jared Hanna. Hanna, also, it is Tyler Booth behind the goal, and Coburn has to cover up and make another stop with 2.4 seconds remaining here in this first period. St. Augustine Prep has lost 12 straight games to Delbarton. The Hermits feel that if they're ever going to knock the Green Wave off, this would be their year. Very confident coming in, but of course it's always a tough challenge and a big chore when you go up against this great Delbarton program. Still, at the end of the first period, it's the Hermits who have the lead. We played 1, St. Augustine Prep 1, Delbarton nothing. Second period upcoming here on News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Welcome back to News 12 Varsity's Game Time. We are at the Aspen Ice Arena in Randolph. Lou Brogna with you on the call, and Delbarton and St. Augustine Prep with a spirited first period. The Hermits with a 1-0 lead on Carson Briere's goal. Andrew Carpenter the assist. Delbarton outshot St. Augustine Prep 10-6 in that first period, but it was the Hermits who were able to put the puck into the net. So the second period begins. Delbarton skating left to right on your screen, and the Green Wave down by the score of 1-0. That shot deflected, and it goes up out of play. St. Augustine Prep, coached by Tim Fingerhut, in his 11th season, has done an outstanding job with this program. Back in 2007, the Hermits won it all. They were state champions, the first South Jersey team to do so, 23-0, and the first New Jersey team in history to finish the season undefeated and untied in 2007. And Delbarton is undefeated so far this year. The Green Wave 13-0. And Delbarton flips it up ahead. Siffringer going back to get it, and you're going to have a penalty here. It looks like it should be against the Hermits. Looks like a slash. And Nick Pulianos heads to the penalty box. Third power play upcoming for Delbarton. So Bruce Chattel, the outstanding head coach of the Green Wave in his 16th season, sees his team with an opportunity to tie the game up. They trail 1-0. Delbarton possession. Here's Jalen Kaplan, sends it into the corner. Here's Malone back to Kaplan. Kaplan to Malone. Malone looking to set things up, and Kaplan surveys the situation. They go across, and that pass whistles all the way through the St. Augustine defense. Here's Gordon at the blue line. He goes now over to Malone. Into the corner, Benamarino gets there for the Green Wave. Leads the Delbarton team with 10 goals on the year, and the puck is deflected, comes all the way out of the zone. Troy Coburn plays it there for the Green Wave and gives to Gordon, and it's intercepted. Good play there by Tyler Booth. Booth, the senior forward for St. Augustine Prep, able to knock it loose, and Delbarton quickly. Malone across the blue line. Malone skates in. Malone skates into the corner, comes back to Kaplan at the blue line, over to Malone. He goes across, tries to feed it to the center. Malone plays it here. Malone behind the goal to Benamarino. Mark Benamarino behind the net, flips it in front, but it's intercepted by Briere. Here's Carson Briere, 2-on-1 for St. Augustine Prep, and almost getting there is Briere to flip it in, short-handed, but the puck flips up off the glass, and the net comes loose. So that stops play with 13:05 remaining in the second period and 39 seconds left on the Delbarton power play. Green Wave trail by the score of 1-0. We've mentioned it several times earlier. Delbarton has defeated St. Augustine Prep 12 consecutive times. So the Hermits tried to break a long losing streak against their rivals here in the Gordon Conference. Here's Hunter Macy across the blue line for the Green Wave, trying to deliver a drop pass, but St. Augustine Prep played it very well defensively. Siffringer comes back now to the blue line. This is Bayard Hall who tees it up. It's deflected. Danny Colon plays it. Back to Hall. Hall whistles one. That's deflected in front off the stick of Mike Balzarati. And it goes up over the glass and out of play. 12:24 remaining here in this second period. And it's 1-0. The Hermits on top. From South Jersey, a long ride up here to Morris County. And they're hoping that long ride home will be a happy one. But they got a long way to go. 12:20 remaining in this second period. Jack McGuire plays it behind the goal for Delbarton, and it comes back to the blue line where it's played by Booth. Booth sends it up ahead, flips into the corner. Dom Guido trying to get there for St. Augustine Prep, the power play has been extinguished. 12 minutes remaining here in the second period. Here's a shot that goes up high over the crossbar, delivered there by James Falavine. It comes down into the corner where it's played by Delbarton at the blue line. Booth trying to get there, stick went up high. And a whistle stops play. And it looks like the puck went up over the glass, so faceoff will come just outside the blue line. 11:45 left here in the second period. Pulianos sends it in. Nick Pulianos into the corner. Played there by Delbarton. Andrew Boslin sends it ahead for the Green Wave. Here's Malone. Malone across the blue line. And offside the call. Faceoff's going to come all the way back into the Delbarton end. Shots on goal favor the Green Wave 11-6. Puck delivered on the far side, skips over the stick of Benamarito. And then he overskates it. Here come the Hermits. They have a 4-on-2, but it's poked away beautifully by Gordon. A good defensive play. Peter Puliano sends it back in for St. Augustine Prep, and across it goes onto the stick of Kaplan. Kaplan sends it ahead. Here's Benamarito, skates in. Benamarito puts on the brakes, sends it in front, and it flips through the zone and taken here by St. Augustine Prep. Carpenter trying to get around a defender. Good job by Gordon to ride him off the puck. Benamarino on the far side goes cross ice with that pass. Trying to catch up to it is Boslin, and it's too far. Icing is the call. 10:46 remaining in the second. 1-0, St. Augustine Prep. Off the faceoff, won beautifully by Danny Cologne, sent across. Siffringer tries to center back to Cologne, but too far, and it's intercepted by Anthony Corella of St. Augustine. Into the corner, comes back to the blue line, played there by Nick Hahn, who sends it towards the goal. It's deflected in front. Andrew Nessel sends it behind the goal, and now a penalty coming up against the Hermits. Tim Fingerhut is not happy with that call. Another penalty called on the Hermits. Another power play upcoming for Delbarton. Fouls on Nick Whiteman, the senior. Looked like a cross check. So it's a power play for Delbarton. Again, a chance to tie it up. Hunter Macy. Macy has it here for the Green Wave. Flips it towards the goal, and Siffringer had an opportunity to try to poke it in, but it was deflected away by Albano, who's been sharp. Here's Bayard, takes the shot, and Albano again with another save, makes the glove stop. Giovanni Albano, the senior, has been spectacular in this game. 14 saves so far for the Hermits. Just about 5 minutes gone by in the second period. Still 1-0 St. Augustine Prep. That shot is deflected in front, taken by Siffringer. Goes behind the goal where it's played there by Austin Cook of St. Augustine Prep. Power play with 1:20 remaining here. St. Augustine Prep bench going crazy. They thought that should have been a penalty there against Delbarton on the far side, but no call made. Macy sends it across to Cologne. Cologne backhands it up over the crossbar. Bangs off the glass and all the way down the ice. Coburn plays it here for the Green Wave. He delivers there for Bayard Hall. Hall puts the brakes on, looking for help. Now he'll skate out. Here comes Hall across the blue line, delivers on the far side to Benamarino, who flips it in behind the goal. Malone gives chase into the corner where it's played way outside here by Kaplan at the blue line. 35 seconds left on the power play. Delbarton trying to get off a good opportunity, but the Hermits have played it well here. Back to Kaplan. 25 seconds on the Delbarton power play. Michael Gordon at the blue line. Goes across to Jack Malone. That puck is deflected in front as they tried to deliver to Andrew Boslin, who was camped out. So 8:39 left in the second period. 16 seconds left on the Delbarton power play. The Green Wave has outshot St. Augustine Prep 16-6, but they trail 1-0 on Carson Briere's goal in the first period. Five seconds left on the power play. And St. Augustine Prep has killed off yet another Delbarton power play. Their fourth kill of the game. Malone, back to Kaplan. Kaplan puts the brakes on, flips it back in, it's cleared away. Up to Briere. Here comes Carson Briere, flying across the blue line. Takes the shot that whistles wide through the crease. Just wide of Coburn. Played by Kaplan in the corner where he takes a big check delivered there by Bobby LaBrosse. Back to the blue line, kept in by the Hermits. Pulianos gets the shot off and scores! No, they wave it off. It's waved off on a high stick. No goal. Here's Malone the other way. He scores! No! It hit the post and banged out. Looked like it went in originally. Delbarton bench jumped up. They thought for sure it was in. Here comes Carpenter. Carpenter puts on a shot, and Coburn makes the save. And bodies come together to the side of the net. What a wild sequence. Looked like St. Augustine Prep had scored. It was waved off due to a high stick. Then Malone came down the other way. Looked like the puck for sure went in the net, but it banged off the post and caromed out. It was waved off. And then the Hermits came back down, and Coburn makes the stop. A wild 45 seconds of play. So it's still 1-0 St. Augustine Prep with 7:29 remaining here in the second period. Face-off won by Delbarton, Hunter Macy. Here's Macy, delivers a pass up ahead, too far for Jack McGuire. It goes all the way down, and the face-off will come all the way down into the Delbarton end. Shots on goal are now 16-9. Delbarton, last year, winning the state championship, beating CBA 3-1 in the state final after they lost to the Colts in the Gordon Cup championship. CBA won the Gordon Cup. Delbarton won it in 2015. And when time permits, we'll run down the great achievements of this Delbarton program, and there are many. Puck is loose in front. And the puck, I believe, just off the elbow is the call. So face-off will be in the Delbarton end to the right of Troy Coburn. Oh, there is a penalty. Elbowing is the call against Delbarton. So St. Augustine Prep with a power play. The first for the Hermits in the game, elbowing the call against the Green Wave. So now St. Augustine Prep with a 1-0 lead and a chance for the Hermits to build on that lead. Gordon plays it for the Green Wave and sends it all the way down the ice. Penalty was on Macy, Hunter Macy. He gets 2 minutes for elbowing. Briere sends it into the corner where it's played by Bobby Labrosse. Labrosse back to the blue line. Pulianos takes the shot that goes wide. And then the Hermits poking at the loose puck in front. And Coburn able to cover up. It's a huge moment in the game here with the Hermits up by 1 goal already. And the way Albano has performed in net for St. Augustine Prep. 2-goal lead could be tough. Minute 10 left on the power play. That shot deflected in front and cleared out by Jack Malone. He sends it all the way back behind the goal, where it's played there by Jared Hanna. Hanna here for the Hermits. Here's Hanna. Flips near side. Good pass delivered to Cook. Cook bangs it off the boards and into the corner. Trying to get there is Matt Boxar of St. Augustine Prep. And Delbarton trying to clear it out, and they do. The Green Wave send it all the way down the ice. Albano plays it, 35 seconds left on the power play here for the Hermits. Here's Briere. Briere takes the pass at the blue line. Briere skates across center ice. Now he comes into the Delbarton zone where he is tripped up trying to thread the needle between 2 defenders. 20 seconds left on the power play. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second. St. Augustine Prep with a 1-0 lead. Briere sends it across. Gravenstein gets there for the Hermits. He flips towards the goal. Lifted that one up wide past Coburn. Back to the blue line, Pulianos. Pulianos sends it across. Here's Briere. Briere trying to line up a shot, could not. Knocked off the puck there by Malone. Here's Siffringer. Siffringer comes off the bench and gets to the loose puck. Taken here by Delbarton. The Green Wave have killed off the St. Augustine Prep power play. Puck loose in front and cleared out by the Hermits to center ice, where it's played there by Nick Hahn. 4.5 remaining second period, still 1-0. St. Augustine Prep on top against undefeated Delbarton. Puck comes flying in, played there by Coburn, and Macy flips to the blue line. Now it comes all the way down the ice, and before it can get to Albano, it's taken there by St. Augustine Prep. Good job there by Carnish of the Hermits. 4:08 remaining in the second. St. Augustine Prep creeping up now on shots on goal. It's 16-11 in favor of the Green Wave. Mulhern. Carnish keeps it in. And George sends it towards the goal. Coburn plays it. Puck kicked up ahead by Jack McGuire and all the way down the ice. Icing, 3 minutes, 38 seconds left in the second. Well, we talked about all the great accolades of this Delbarton program, 11 state championships. That is more than any other New Jersey team. 9 of the last 16. At one point, they won 6 straight between 2008 and 2013. As we said, they've got their eyes focused ahead towards another one. They have 13-0, but right now they trail St. Augustine. Here's Malone. Malone in the corner, has it knocked away, and now Malone digs it out. Malone centers in front, and slapping at it was Andrew Boslin, but it was knocked away by the Hermits, and then banged up over the glass and out of play. Delbarton team has done an outstanding job offensively this year. 6 goals in their last win against St. Peter's Prep. Remember, this is a team that graduated Anthony Farinacci, who had 25 goals a year ago, and Andrew Petrillo, who's now at UVM, University of Vermont. But they have picked up the slack offensively, done an outstanding job. But today, St. Augustine Prep defensively outstanding and are getting great goalkeeping from Giovanni Albano. Still a long way to go. 3:03 remaining in this second period. It's just a 1-0 lead for the Hermits. Macy bangs towards the blue line. Intercepted. Cross ice it comes to Malone. Malone gets away from a potential check, and then the puck is lifted into the Delbarton bench area and out of play. Two minutes and 48 seconds left in the second period. Face-off will come to the left of Giovanni Albano. Barton unable to get a clean shot off there as Carson Briere plays it for the Hermits. Behind the goal, Balzerati trying to get there for the Green Wave. Onto the stick of Gordon, who lifts a shot. That was dangerous. You can see that Albano was screened in front of the goal, but it lifted up high over the crossbar. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. And the puck is deflected and comes all the way through. Coburn plays it, leaves it for Gordon. Michael Gordon, the senior defender, goes back to play it for the Green Wave. And he tries to deliver to Cologne, but LeBross steals, and then Delbarton able to get there and flip it all the way down the ice. Icing is waved off. And here's Gravenstein, who sends it across for St. Augustine Prep. And a cross-check upcoming against St. Augustine Prep. So another power play upcoming here for Delbarton. J.D. George called for the penalty. It is cross-checking with 1:47 remaining here in this second period. Face-off to the left of Giovanni Albano. One here by Malone. Malone behind the goal. Malone tries to circle around, goes across. Here's the shot, taken, deflected there as Kaplan took the shot. Here comes Briere. Briere races up on the left wing. Briere skates in front, takes the shot that goes up off of the post and deflects wide. Carson Briere, big opportunity for a shorthanded goal there. Comes all the way down the ice where Albano plays it. Puck loose in front, score! So Delbarton ties the game, a power play goal. It looked like Andrew Boslin, but we'll try to get the official goal. Looked like Boslin in front, the junior. If so, it would be his 5th goal of the season. We're tied at 1. So finally, Delbarton cashes in on a power play opportunity. And we're tied at 1 with 1 minute left in the second period. And again, Delbarton with an opportunity in front, but Albano able to cover up. And indeed, it was Andrew Boslin on the goal. The junior forward, number 17, Boslin, his 5th goal of the season, a huge one, as he ties the game at 1. Delbarton out shooting St. Augustine Prep 18-12. Final minute of play of period number 2. Puck comes back across in front, cleared out there by the Hermits. Back to the blue line, and almost taken away there by Balzerati. Here's a quick shot that is taken there by J.D. George. Delbarton was able to get back defensively, just get enough of that puck to deflect it. Back to center ice it comes, and all the way down the ice. Briere takes the shot and just missed. He rifled a shot that just went wide. Huge hit on the near side delivered right in front of the penalty box. And still end-to-end action with 3 seconds left. Sifringer unable to get a shot off, for the second period comes to an end. We have played 2 periods of wild, intense hockey here at the Aspen Ice Arena. Our score after 2, St. Augustine Prep 1, Delbarton 1. Fasten your seatbelts, everyone. A wild third period is sure to come here on News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Welcome back to News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brockner with you here at the Aspen Ice Arena, and it has been a dandy. Delbarton and St. Augustine Prep tied at 1 as we go to the third period. Green Wave leading in shots on goal 18-12. It has been a electrifying, fast-paced, hard-hitting, terrific hockey game. And the third period underway as the Hermits of St. Augustine Prep move left to right on your screen. They had a 1-0 lead on Carson Briere's 5th goal of the year, but then Delbarton tied it on a power play in the waning moments of the second period. Andrew Boslin, his 5th goal of the season, and we are all tied at 1. Delbarton coming in undefeated, 13-0, 5-0 in the Gordon Conference, and St. Augustine at 7-2, 1-1 in the conference. Cleared away in front, good play there defensively by Bobby Labrosse of the Hermits. He sends it back behind the goal, where it's played there by Bayard Hall. And Hall flips it up towards center ice. It's flipped back in there by the Hermits behind the goal. Troy Coburn plays it for Delbarton. Coming over is Hall. Hall sends it all the way up the ice, and Benamarino unable to get there as it skipped over his stick. And icing is the call on the Green Wave. 13:52 remaining in the third and final period. And we're all tied at 1. Face off to the left of Coburn. And Coburn does a good job to play that in the air. Much tougher play than it looks. A little fluttering shot that went straight up into the air. And Coburn able to glove it. Booth off the face-off, turned quickly and was able to get a shot off. Here comes Benamarino. Mark Benamarino does a good job to keep the puck, sends to Malone. Back to Benamarino, who could not get a shot off as the puck skipped off his stick. Tremendous delivery there by Jack Malone. And then diving on the puck is Albano. So Giovanni Albano jumps on top of the puck on the far side. And the face-off will come to the right, to the left of the St. Augustine Prep goalkeeper. Back to the blue line, and comes back to center ice where Delbarton has to play it out of the zone. Andrew Nessel sends it into the corner, and giving chase there behind the goal is St. Augustine Prep's Brendan Shortall. Shortall sends it along the boards. George trying to get there, but Delbarton gets there first. Good hustle play by Nick Hahn, the junior defenseman. Comes back to the blue line and played here now by Sean Mulhern. Mulhern sends it in for the Hermits behind the goal. Coburn plays it and sticks it into the corner. And then getting over there to play it for Delbarton is Andrew Nessel. He sends into the corner. And James Falabine takes a shot. A good check there for the Hermits, and it comes back to center ice, where it's played by Pulianos. Peter Pulianos flips it into the corner for St. Augustine Prep, and the Hermits then change. Delbarton able to flip it out towards center ice, where it skips off the stick there of Danny Colon, and then back to the center ice stripe, where Delbarton is able to get possession. 12 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third. 1-1 the score. Knocked away. Here's Carpenter, gets a shot off, and the save made there by Troy Coburn as he was able to get the glove and the pad up there to knock it away. Delbarton carries into the zone. Cologne trying to knife through two defenders. Siffringer knocked off the puck in the corner, and then it's played there by Cologne. Cologne getting tangled up there with Gravenstein of St. Augustine Prep, and then Carpenter pins it up along the near side boards. Cologne takes a shot. Cologne flips and tries to center in front, but nobody home there for the Green Wave. Gordon into the corner where Balzerati tries to play it. And then here comes St. Augustine. Here's Briere. Carson Briere delivers into the corner. Carpenter skating quickly, tries to get to the puck. Briere gets there and is knocked away from the puck, and it's taken away by Delbarton. The Green Wave with possession. Across it goes to Cologne. Cologne across the blue line, trying to feed it up ahead to Benamarito. Kept alive by Malone. Jack Malone skates around two defenders, flips it along the boards back to Benamarito. Benamarito being played there. Pair of number 11s going at it, Austin Cook for St. Augustine Prep. And then that pass skips through. Here's an opportunity for St. Augustine. Here's the shot that goes wide as Hunter Macy took a shot and slides into the boards. He was stunned momentarily. Dom Guido was the man who came down and took that shot. And Delbarton skates out of there with it. Here's Benamarino against four defenders, and he's knocked off the puck there by Cook of St. Augustine Prep. Then behind the goal is Malone. Malone tries to center. Malone flips back to the blue line, where it's played by Hunter Macy. Here's Malone. Malone changes direction, takes a backhand shot. That's deflected in front. 10 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third, and Albano able to cover up. Makes another save, his 17th stop of the game. 10:08 remaining in the third period, and the Hermits and the Green Wave are tied at 1. Pat Harrington skates into the circle, and now he's chased out of there. James Falamain comes in, and he takes the face-off for the Green Wave. Comes all the way back to center ice, where it's played here by Nessel. Andrew Nessel into the corner. Pulianos goes back to play it there for St. Augustine Prep. Sends it along the far side to George. J.D. George dumps it into the Delbarton zone. And trying to get there first was Nessel. He's knocked off the puck by two defenders. Comes back to the blue line, and skating up quickly is Harrington. Harrington is knocked off the puck there by Carnish. Good defensive play. 9.5 remaining in the third period. Still a 1-1 hockey game. Into the corner is played here by Brendan Shortall of St. Augustine Prep. Now onto the stick of Peter Pulianos. He sends to center ice, where it's intercepted by Jack McGuire, and he sends it into the corner. At the blue line, puck knocked around. Neither team able to get possession here. Played by Jason Moore of the Hermits. He flips it to George on the far side. And a whistle. Not sure if the puck went up over the glass or if it was just an offside call. Either way, the puck comes outside the blue line. The face-off will take place there. 8 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the third period. And the Hermits win the faceoff. Sent all the way down the ice. Played by Michael Gordon of Delbarton. He goes to Cologne. Kept in nicely, though, by St. Augustine Prep, and now knocked away by Delbarton. Here's Cologne. Cologne flying up the ice, but it comes all the way back down the ice, where it's played there by Jalen Kaplan of the Green Wave. Onto the stick of Siffringer. Nick Siffringer takes the shot, stick to side, kick save actually by Albano, and a beauty. He was able to get his skate out there and knock it loose. That one had some pace as well. Headed towards the net by Siffringer. Here comes Briere. Carson Briere trying to get around Gordon, but Gordon does a good job to take him off the puck. Puck then flips into the corner where it's played there by Briere. Less than 8 minutes remaining here in the third period. 1-1 the score. Delbarton and St. Augustine Prep in a real beauty here at the midpoint of the regular season. It's intercepted here by Guido of the Hermits. He's knocked off the puck. A check by Gordon at center ice. Played here by Delbarton and flipped right in front of the Green Wave bench. Then knocked off Cologne's skate. Here's Guido. Guido carries in for the Hermits, gets a shot off that deflects up over the glass and out of play. 7:29 remaining in the third period. Green Wave and the Hermits tied at 1. Shots on goal, 19-13 now in favor of undefeated Delbarton. Look ahead at Delbarton's schedule. They still have another meeting with Don Bosco Prep. That'll be at the Ice Vault on January 22nd. And then they'll have CBA here. Those are the highlights of the schedule. CBA here at Aspen on January 31st. And we'll be here as well. On News 12 Varsity, one of the great rivalries in high school hockey, not only in the tri-state area, but in the nation. Here's Malone as he flies up. Malone puts the brakes on, has it knocked away from him. A big check delivered by Malone on Boxar. And then another big hit behind the goal as Benamarino took a shot. It comes back to the blue line. Boxar gets his stick on it, and it comes all the way down the ice. Bayard Hall plays it for Delbarton, giving chase. Dom Guido, he's all over him. Then it comes out to Boslin. He is the only goal for Delbarton. And offside, the call on the Green Wave. Delbarton breaking in was Benamarino, but a little bit too far ahead. And the faceoff will come outside the zone with 6:46 remaining in the third period. And the Hermits and the Green Wave tied at 1. Played at center ice there by Nick Hahn as he flips it in. Now George sends it on the left wing as Briere took the shot. Carson Briere has played some game here for St. Augustine Prep. Played by Danny Cologne, who sends it up ahead. And in the corner, it's dumped out, kept alive by McGuire. McGuire flips into the corner. Here's a shot that just goes wide for Delbarton. It was to the side of the net, not on goal. In front, they try to feed it. Here's a backhand shot. Albano able to make the save. Did it go in? No! No, it does not go in. It is waved off. Delbarton thought they had the go-ahead goal. It comes back outside where it's played here by Nessel. Andrew Nessel of Delbarton. Here's Falavine. He goes down. Actually, it was Pat Harrington who slips down on the ice after he was hit. And now Jack McGuire gives chase for Delbarton. Delbarton out shooting the Hermits 20-13, but we're tied at 1. Still plenty of time. 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third period. Played by Gordon. Gordon goes to Carpenter. Skips off his stick. Carpenter flips it up ahead for St. Augustine Prep, and it's played here by the Hermits behind the goal. Almost a giveaway. It is a giveaway. Siffringer intercepted and almost did a wraparound attempt. He was almost able to connect on that wraparound attempt for Delbarton. 20 shots on goal now for the Green Wave. And the puck comes flying through the zone again. Siffringer keeps it alive, sends it to Cologne in front. Delbarton swarming now here in the last 5 minutes of this third period. Siffringer again gets to the loose puck. Green Wave able to get to just about every loose puck over the last minute or so. And now here comes St. Augustine. Carpenter sends it ahead, but it flips into the Delbarton bench area and stops play with 4 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the third period. 1-1 the score. Face-off just outside the blue line as Jack Malone takes it here for Delbarton and Boxar for St. Augustine Prep. Back into the Delbarton zone it goes, where it's played there by Jalen Kaplan, who sends it across. Here's Boslin, and a stick save made by Albano. Another brilliant save. Up ahead, Macy gives chase here for Delbarton. He's banged into the boards on the far side by Guido, and it comes back now to Delbarton. Here's Malone flying across center ice. Malone taking off the puck there. Beautiful defensive job by Jared Hanna. And Albano makes the save as he gloves it. 4:08 remaining here in the third period. Still tied at 1. From the blue line, Macy takes a shot that goes wide. Kept alive by Kaplan, Jalen Kaplan, and now Falavine. He's got it here for Delbarton. Can't tee up the shot. Comes behind the goal, McGuire. McGuire back to Kaplan. Takes a rifle shot that deflects at the blue line. Up ahead, here's Shortall. Shortall on the right wing. Takes the shot. Is sticked aside there by Coburn. Up high over the crossbar and goes behind the goal. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third period. Shots on goal in favor of Delbarton, 23-13. And we're all tied at 1. Well, St. Augustine Prep, with the bulk of their Gordon Conference schedule upcoming, they'll have another game tomorrow. No rest for them as they go up against Bishop Eustis at home. And then on January 20th, they'll play Delbarton again. That one will be down in South Jersey. On the 25th, they'll be at CBA. The 27th, Bosco. February 3rd and 5th, home and home against Bergen Catholic. So the brunt of the Gordon Conference schedule upcoming for St. Augustine Prep. Talk about a murderer's row. How about January 20th, Delbarton, 25th at CBA, and 27th, Bosco. 3 games in a row. So things will be tough for the Hermits. Timeout, 3:34 left here in the third period, and we're tied at 1. So following the timeout, the faceoff will come to the left of Delbarton goalie Troy Coburn as Briere takes the faceoff for St. Augustine Prep and gets to the puck in the corner. He tries to center in front. Still plenty of time for both teams. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Here's Cook for the Hermits, knocked away, and Siffringer tries to get there for Delbarton. Siffringer goes behind the goal, forcing the action. It's kept alive, though, by St. Augustine Prep, and they look like they're going to be able to clear it out of the zone. They do. Sent across ice onto the stick of LaBrosse. Bobby LaBrosse overskates, though, intercepted by Cologne. Then taken there by Carpenter of the Hermits. He flips it ahead. We're inside 3 minutes now left in the third period. Of course, there's no overtime in regular season hockey. So if the score remains this way at the end of regulation, it will end in a tie. Siffringer gets to the puck on the near side. Briere plays it here for St. Augustine Prep. He flips it towards the goal. Dangerous play there for Delbarton as the puck was loose in front, and the Green Wave were able to clear it out momentarily, but not out of the zone. Kept alive there by the Hermits into the corner. Here is Gordon. He flips it up to the blue line, played by Benamarino. Benamarino skates across the blue line. Benamarino trying to get a shot off. He goes down, and it will be a penalty against St. Augustine Prep. And the Hermits can't believe it. It is a slash. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left on the game clock. And for the next 2 minutes, Delbarton will have a power play, a chance to take the lead. Face off to the right of Albano. Delbarton keeps it in. Green Wave set up their power play. Benamarino to Malone. Benamarino behind the goal to Malone. Malone back to Benamarino. In front, and Albano makes the save. Good job by Delbarton to set things up there as Kaplan took the shot. Jalen Kaplan with 5 goals on the year for the Green Wave. But again, Albano makes the stop, his 23rd save of the game. And the puck comes out of the zone and all the way down into the Delbarton end. Benamarito plays it there for the Green Wave. 1.5 minutes remaining in the power play. 1:45 left in the game. Albano tried to play it behind the goal. It's kept alive in the corner by Benamarito. He sends it back to Kaplan. It skips behind the goal. 1:20 left on the power play. 1:33 left in the game. There's a shot that just whistles wide, taken by Michael Gordon from the blue line. Then it's flipped all the way down the ice by St. Augustine Prep. Cobran plays it, delivers an outlet pass onto the stick of Kaplan. 1 minute remaining in the power play. 1:10 left in the game. Briere sends it across. And then it is intercepted by Delbarton, played there by Boslin. Boslin skates in for the Green Wave, takes it behind the goal. Boslin flips it over to Malone. Jack Malone in front. Benamarito tries to set it up in front, but a lot of blue jerseys there, able to deflect it. 30 seconds on the power play. Macy in front to Benamarito, takes the shot, and Boslin steers, it was Albano who steered it away. On the far side is played there by Benamarito. Benamarito comes back to Macy, takes the shot, score! Deflected in front. Delbarton scores on the power play. And it might have been Boslin again. If so, it would be his second goal of the game. Delbarton takes the lead 2-1 with 33 seconds left. It's a power play goal. And a timeout called by Delbarton. And it definitely was Andrew Boslin on the goal, his second of the game, his 6th of the season. Delbarton leads 2-1, 25 seconds left. St. Augustine. They pull the goaltender, Albano, and they have an extra skater on the ice. 13 seconds left. Delbarton with the puck. Sends it back to center ice. It goes all the way through. Here's Benamarito. He's going to get there in the corner. 5 seconds left. Benamarito has it. Takes the shot. 2 seconds. 1. That's it. Delbarton defeats St. Augustine Prep by the score of 2-1. The Green Wave remain undefeated. They improved to 14-0 on the year, 6-0 in the Gordon Conference. A bitter defeat for St. Augustine Prep as they dropped to 7-3 on the season. And a tremendous win for Delbarton as Andrew Boslin scores 2 goals, one the second coming with 33 seconds left in the game to defeat St. Augustine Prep 2-1. We'll be back to talk about Delbarton's gigantic win in just a few moments. Here on News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Once again, your final score, Delbarton 2, St. Augustine Prep 1. Welcome back to News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brogno standing by with Andrew Boslin, who scored 2 goals here today against St. Augustine Prep. And, of course, the game winner with 33 seconds left in the third period. First of all, what does this victory mean to you guys? You remain undefeated. Obviously, the Hermits a tough opponent. What does this win mean?
It means a lot. Like, we knew coming into this game that it was going to be a tough game. Everyone was hyping it up, and we go down 1-0 at the end of the first, get a bad bounce, and we come back and we fight our way back. So it shows that we have grit and we're willing to win.
All right, take us through the game-winning goal. 33 seconds left. What happened on the play? What was the mindset there?
So first off, with like around 2 minutes left, we get a power play, and then from there it was just battles down low the whole time, and then we finally kicked it up to the point, and we just got to the net, and luckily we got a tip that went in.
Andrew, you guys are off to a great start as usual for Delbarton, but 14-0. What's the feeling about this team now, 14 games into the season?
Well, at first we were known as the younger team. We didn't know how it was going to start out, but then we started getting rolling, and now we're just not going to stop. We're going to keep going until March.
What's been the key so far to the good start, would you say?
I feel like we're from bottom to top. We all fight hard. We're willing to win battles and get physical for the team, and block shots.
Congratulations on the win. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, Andrew Boslin, Delbarton with a huge win. They win it with 33 seconds left in the third period as they defeat St. Augustine Prep by the score of 2-1. Greenway have remained undefeated on the season. Once again, final score, Delbarton 2, St. Augustine Prep 1. For everyone here at News 12 Varsity's Game Time, I'm Lou Brogno. Thanks for joining us once again. Final score here from Aspen Ice Arena, Delbarton 2, St. Augustine Prep 1.